Who that? Who that? Who that? Who that? Who that? First shout out to Nader. This one for the haters. You can tune in right now or catch this show later. Going up on Tuesday, night 7 p.m. Click the link in the bio, I'll send it to your DM. Saints going all the way. The Pelicans gonna do it too. This is sports overtime, and we cover all the news, and we breaking all the rules. Let me put my city on. Soon as bro touchdown, I'm about to get my gritty on. This is sports overtime. This is sports overtime. This is sports overtime. Sports overtime. Sports overtime. I do it. I do it. I did it. I done it.
Welcome to another edition of Sports Overtime. I am your host, Nader Murphy. And man, we have an action-packed show for y'all tonight. Y'all know how we get down. It's Wednesday, 7 o'clock. Me and my homeboy, Soul Saint. So, man, we about to get it ready and on and popping, really. So, before we do get it on and popping, got to introduce my co-host. Y'all see him everywhere. Y'all know him. If you don't know him, you better know him because he going to be in that dome with them boxing gloves beating up somebody. But Mr. Soul Saint, what's good?
What's up? What's up? As you can see, I'm still out here at training camp. The boys had to stay out, and do a little extra work. I don't know where the sun came from.
Get some extra reps in, huh?
Yes, man. Hey, happy to be here, man.
Yes, sir.
Saints plus Soul equals Super Bowl, boy. I'm excited, bro.
Yeah,
and I'm really, man, I'm ready to get this show, talk about this camp. Oh, man, it's been lovely.
Yeah, man. Lovely. Listen, I'm super excited. I'm glad we came back on last week. This is week 2 of the 2023 season for us, man. And listen, before we get started, Soul, I want to shout out everybody that tunes in on a weekly basis. Really, really appreciate y'all support. Look at it. Kenny, what's up, Kenny? Vincent, Horace, Roy, what's up? Roy, you need to send me a friend request, bro. I was trying to tag you in the flyer today, and I couldn't because you ain't my friend on Facebook. So Roy, add me on Facebook, bro. But anyway, man, listen, man, thank y'all to everybody. It's gonna be a wonderful season, Soul. I'm very, very excited about this season, bro. I'm excited for what we got going on and the heights we taking this show to, especially Tell It Like It Is. We both holding each other down, so I appreciate that. But
always.
And we gotta talk about the major Saints topic of the day because as soon as I woke up, I seen it. I was like, oh man, I went to sleep pretty early yesterday, got off late, so went to sleep early. But man, Alvin Kamara flew to New York. He flew to New York today to meet with Roger Goodell to give his side of the story about his suspension. So listen, I'm not expecting a whole lot for Kamara to be going all the way to New York to talk to Goodell and give his side of the story is cool. But as a Saints fan and knowing how much Roger Goodell don't like us, I am not expecting a lot. Now, Mike Teasy did bring up a good point today on Facebook with his post saying that, Kamara, this is his first offense. He's never been in trouble and things like that.
Not a citizen.
Right. So I think for me, I think if he does get suspended, I think they'll probably give him maybe 2 to 3 games. What's your thoughts on Kamara?
I'm thinking the same thing, man. Kamara has been a good player in the league. He's always set a good example for other players. I know he got his dreads and everything, but guess what, bro? He hasn't gotten in any trouble. Hasn't did anything out the way. Hasn't went off on nobody.
Mm-hmm.
Hasn't gotten any fights. He's been a model player, and he just do his job. And hopefully he went there, had a cup of coffee with Goodell, maybe some cookies, maybe some lunch. You know what I'm saying?
Had some pizza with him.
Yeah, got on Goodell's good side, man, because hey, man, come on. Things happen. Everybody's not perfect. We all make mistakes. And that was a mistake that Kamara made, bro, and hopefully we can put this behind us.
Right.
I just want to get it over with. I
Yeah,
want
me
to
too.
know
Yep.
how many games he gonna get it over with, bro, so we can move on.
I think I completely agree with that. I do feel like we just trying to get over it. You know, let's get it done. Whatever the consequence going to be, that's what it is. Whether it's 2 games, 3 games, let's just keep it moving, right? Let them be out for the 3 games or whatever it's going to be, and let's just keep it moving. We got a huge season ahead. And then also too, Soul, I was thinking about this earlier when when I was writing the topics down, and I'm like, if Roger Goodell would ever want to, give the Saints fans something or to try to get on their good side a little bit, he needs to give him a 1 game, 2 game suspension and call it a day because of what they did with that no call in the NFC Championship game. It's time for them to do something for us. Just this one little thing. So,
hey, wait,
we'll
not
see.
to interrupt you, I want to give a shout out to Sean Payton's brother, Thomas. What's up, my man? What's up? Thanks for joining in.
Thomas Payton.
Yeah.
What's going on?
That's his brother. I always see him at the camp. I always see him everywhere, really. That's my guy. But thanks for coming on the show. And good luck. Tell Sean we say good luck out there in Denver. As long as he ain't playing us,
And tell Sean stop causing controversy around the NFL.
Well, they ain't got nothing to do with us.
I know. I'm just messing.
What's up, Thomas? Oh yeah, man.
Oh man,
he's a nice guy. That's a nice guy.
Cool.
I think he's nicer than Sean though.
Correct. That's cool. But with Kamara going to New York, so Jamal Williams and Kendrick Miller obviously got all the reps in practice today, and Derek Carr came out, did an interview today, and said that both of those guys can get the job done with Kamara being out if he possibly does get suspended. And so I think that, having Jamal Williams, I think that was an underrated signing in the offseason, like we were talking about last week. So, he did have a bunch of touchdowns last year from the goal line, but with the Lions. But I think that, he'll be able to manage if it is a 2-3 game suspension for Kamara. Even with Kendrick Miller, the Saints knew what was coming. They were kind of anticipating this suspension coming at some point. So they went out and drafted Kendrick Miller in the early round. So, I like those 2 guys. They bring 2 type of dynamics to the football field. One is a downhill runner, a bruiser, sort of like a Mike Bell, like we used to have. So, and then you got a Kendrick Miller who's more, versatile. He can catch the ball out the backfield and do some things. So I like those 2 guys. I like the offense. The biggest question.
Look, I just want to say I'm very surprised that the Saints not knowing. I guess they're hoping for the best with Kamara because I'm surprised that they didn't bring a versatile back in like Kamara to take up the slack when he's on suspension because all you got is Jamal. All you got is Dwayne Washington, who's really a super special team guy. Mm-hmm. Every time they gave him the chance to run the ball, it was average. You know what I'm saying? So he didn't really stand out, but they keep him because he's such a good special teamer. So I'm really waiting to see what Kendrick Miller can do and can bring to the table.
Well, and to your point, a lot of teams aren't bringing in a lot of running backs, and a lot of teams aren't even signing their own running backs.
Right.
You got Saquon went through his little thing, and they gave him $1 million extra on his deal. Mm-hmm. You got who else? You got Jonathan Taylor from the Colts. He wants a new contract. Right. The Colts don't want to give it to him, and then Jim Irsay comes out and says we ain't giving you one. So now he demands a trade. So there's just a bunch of running backs. Austin Eckler's come out and said that he wants to be paid. Again, I just don't see why these running backs aren't even getting their payday that they deserve. When you look at a guy like Austin Eckler, so this guy's been killing it every year. Mm-hmm. He got hurt a couple years ago, but last year he had like 16 touchdowns. Dude was like top 3 in fantasy football. He did his thing. Jonathan Taylor got injured, but before that, he was doing his thing. He was the number 1 pick last year in fantasy in a lot of drafts. Mm-hmm. So again, these guys who are very crucial to their offenses are sitting there having to beg to get paid. And for me personally, so I really don't like it. What you think? I just don't like.
I know Kamara and McCaffrey are happy that they got their contracts done before.
Right before.
That's the top 2 paid running backs right now. McCaffrey makes 16. Kamara makes 15 annually.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and then it drops like $3 million down to Derrick Henry, I think. But I had the list. I'm gonna pull it up in a minute. But yeah, bro. I mean, I don't know, man. I remember when running back was the most important position after quarterback, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well,
I don't know.
You gotta look at it like this, right? Super Bowl year, we had Pierre Thomas, Reggie Bush, Mike Bell, right? Mm-hmm. And so, okay, you have those guys, and then you have Mark Ingram, Alvin Kamara, and who else?
Mark Ingram, Alvin Kamara.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, there's usually three running backs that can get the job done. Oh, you had Adrian Peterson, Kamara. You had Adrian Peterson, Kamara, and who else? Ingram, right?
Yeah, and Ingram.
So it's like,
and then Ingram left. Yeah. So yeah,
you got a lot. So it's just, I don't know, man. I just don't understand.
These are your running backs right now. This is your highest paid running backs 2023 average salary per year. Christian McCaffrey, $16 million annually. Alvin Kamara, $15 million. Mm-hmm. Then you drop to Derrick Henry at 12.5, Nick Chubb, 12.2, Aaron Jones, 11.5, Saquon, 10.1, Tony Pollard for the Cowboys, 10.1, and Josh Jacobs, 10.1.
Yeah.
So
all of those guys are very good, but I mean, Kamara and Christian McCaffrey bring a whole different element to the game, right?
Call them dual backs.
Yep, they can do everything. I mean, when you look at Kamara versus Derrick Henry's a bruiser, but he's not much of a catcher, a pass catcher. You know what I'm saying? So that's why he gets paid more than him. McCaffrey's just the overall beast, man. And him going to San Francisco and being on that offense, man, it's just he did damage last year. That dude was averaging 18 to 20 fantasy points a game. So
all they need is some positivity at the quarterback position, bro. And the 49ers will be a beast.
Yeah. Yep. And listen, the Saints need the same thing. You know what I'm saying? The Saints need the same thing. I think.
But let me tell you, bro. From what I saw, man, I was at camp. I got a couple of great videos, great one-on-ones, and they went viral again. You know what I'm saying? My boy Hakeem called me, said, bro, you made Bleacher Report again. So I didn't even know. You know what I'm saying? I'm just looking at, last time I looked, it was like 89.5K, and that was the Traquan over Lattimore catch.
Everybody was shocked at that one. Everybody.
So, if you didn't see it, I'll play a couple of the clips. But man, camp has been. Derek Carr has really looked good. I have to say it, bro. And me, I was one of the ones saying, "Oh man," but he has really looked, and he's looked a little better than James, bro. Looked a little better than James. Both of them are healthy. Both of them are really playing well. Mm-hmm. James had a couple of good passes, good completions. The rookie looked good too, man. But I think the star camp right now is Traquan, bro, and he needs to be. He really needs to be, bro, because Traquan been here 6 years, bro. Yeah, and I don't know how he's lasted. So this has to be.
He won all his reps today. So he won all his reps. And that's the one thing that I was talking about last week on the show, and Mike was kind of trying to call me out on it. But listen, the guy is still on the team. He's been making these teams every single year for a reason. So again, he's been winning in camp, but he needs to win in the games too.
Let me answer Mike. Let me answer Thomas right quick.
Yep,
Tom's brother. I think Mike T, comeback player of the year. If he stays healthy, I think Michael Thomas.
I think for me, I would say Juwan Johnson. And the reason why I say Jawan Johnson is because Derek Carr loves to throw to the tight ends.
Yeah.
And Jawan Johnson is a big dude. Kind of, looks like, I guess, the shape and frame as a Darren Waller. And we all know what was coming with Derek Carr and Waller. So
Got a squirrel.
but yeah, I would say Jawan Johnson with Derek Carr for sure.
Yeah, I'm saying Mike T.
Yep.
Mike T needs to prove a lot. He's been hurt. Basically, you could say he's been hurt 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
It's time to come back. First 3 years was great. His last 3 years, not so great. So he needs to show us. Comeback player of the year.
And he's almost at 100%. He came out and talked to the media. Yeah, he came out, talked to the media, says he wants to feel perfect, but he wants to feel perfect, but he doesn't want to get everybody's hopes too high because, when he does, then people start going off on him. But also said he got hurt, so because he just goes super hard when he's playing out there. So now what he's trying to do. He's still playing hard, but not as hard. He wants to scale it back for training.
Let me answer Horace. We Saints fans, Horace. So Saints fans are always going to be positive. You know what I'm saying? Always going to be positive. But I'm going to tell you about myself. If I criticize too, I've been called, hey, you're supposed to be a Saints fan. But I'm going to tell it like it is. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to tell the truth. I'm not going to sugarcoat shit. So I'm just telling you what I see in camp, Horace. That's all. We're not saying we're going to go win the Super Bowl. We ain't made no predictions like that or nothing. But I'm just saying from what I see in camp, camp wasn't this good last year to me, but this year.
And we was there. We was there last year. So we seen it. And it is definitely not the same for sure. Now look what Kenny put. So Kenny, I mean, listen, if I wait, I'm definitely going to get Jawan Johnson if he's there. I will say this. I will say this, but to answer,
is who related? Me and Nader?
No, me and so yeah, we brothers, but
yeah, we brothers from another mother's.
But so going back to Kenny's post real quick. So just because I just want to say something about fantasy, if you're looking for a tight end in fantasy who's not Kelsey or who's not George Kittle or who's not I would say obviously Darren Waller.
We not.
Darren Waller would be a good pickup, Kenny, because of the Giants offense. I think he's going to do real good. He's been really having a good camp. Jawan Johnson is one. The tight end from Denver, Greg Delote, whatever his name is, I think he's going to be really solid this year too. So if you're looking for a sleeper, I would go those three in tight ends in fantasy.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Now, one person that I'm very, very excited for this year, so I think I'm going to go out and get his jersey probably before the season starts, is Chris Olave.
Oh, yeah.
I think Chris Olave is poised to have a huge season. So I'm looking all the way around the NFL, looking at these fantasy football aspects of it. And all these guys that do fantasy football are picking Chris Olave in literally the mid to second round or early third round as their number one wide receiver. And I'm telling y'all, man, Chris Olave is going to do a lot of damage. He did a lot of damage last year without Mike Thomas and with Andy Dalton as his quarterback. So now you got Derek Carr, you got Mike Thomas coming back, which is going to free him up a little bit more.
Right.
And Chris Olave is one of the guys that I would tell y'all to draft and
I think that's your 1 and 2. Michael Thomas and Olave. Granted, Michael Thomas stays healthy. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's your 1 and 2. Rashid Shaheed. It's going to be a battle. We are deep at wide receiver. Yep. We are very deep at wide receiver and now tight end. And man, I'm so excited about the offensive weapons. Hey, I'm gonna tell you something. Derek Carr, you have no excuse, bro. You got a team with a defense now.
Yep.
You got all these weapons. No excuse, bro. It's your time to shine, bro. This is your time to shine.
And speaking of the defense, right? So in camp, it's always been the offense. The offense has gotten the better of the defense so far this week. But today, the defense got the better of the offense. They had some interceptions made out there. Jameis threw another pick. So Tony Pride picked them off. And so the defense really was getting to it today. They said that you know, they were very energetic today. They're amped up.
Yeah.
They practice inside, and that was another thing. You know, they've been shutting down the practices now because it's just so hot with the heat, man. So they've been practicing inside. Today was the first day, but I don't know, man. I'm just excited to hear that the defense got the better of the offense for once, because we've always been hearing, oh man, Derek Carr threw it to Mike Thomas, Olave or Shaheed or Traquan Smith is winning his reps, or Kamara's running upfield, catching the ball and catching passes in the flat and doing
And
different.
you know, that's what I was talking to Mike about. Me and Mike Teasy was talking, and I showed him the clip where your boy beat Marshawn, you know, Traquan. And he was saying, Marshawn was running half speed. I said, them guys have chips on their shit. He don't want to get embarrassed. You think he really wants to get embarrassed and run half speed and let Traquan score on it? No, he don't want. It's bragging rights out there. These dudes really compete against each other. That defense, they compete. You should see when they get a pick or something like that, they high-fiving, they chest bumping, and that's training camp. That's against your own teammates. So they take it serious, bro. Them boys be playing, man.
Well, the thing is, man, it's like iron sharpen iron, right? I mean, a lot of people
know who this is.
That's negative Facebook user. They need to change them. They need to add negative to the first part of that. But listen, man, iron sharpen iron, and I feel as though a lot of people downplay Traquan Smith, and he had that rep against Marshawn, which is gonna make him better because Marshawn is top 5 corner in the NFL.
Right. Let me answer that right quick, Jerry. Do I think Jimmy, if Jimmy stays healthy, bro, Jimmy's a big target, bro. And he still can run. He still can jump. You know what I'm saying? He showed that when he slammed dunk on the goal, he still got it, you know, to me, from what I've seen. So, you know, it's a big opportunity. It depends on how many tight ends they keep. Depends on how many wide receivers they keep. We know Juwan Johnson's going to make the team. We know Taysom's going to make the team just off of being – and Taysom didn't have a red jersey on. So, you know, he's playing tight end and whatever else gadget they got him doing. But I think Jimmy Graham has a big chance. You know, like I said, he's a fan favorite. I think he has a big chance of making the team, man.
Yeah, and I would say, too, looking at it from this perspective, let's say – I mean, I know we say Taysom Hill is tight end, but, I mean, Taysom Hill is just a Swiss Army knife. You can't really put – a tight end, you know, caption on him. I would say just put that to the side. You would have Juwan Johnson, and I would also say that if you were to look at Jesse James versus Jimmy Graham, I would have to go Jimmy Graham,
right,
and Foster Moreau. That would be the 3 tight ends I would keep. I mean, you can't lose. Now, the only problem with Jimmy Graham is what we've known from Jimmy Graham is he doesn't like to block.
Right.
And that was one thing that a lot of people would talk about him when he was with
he was labeled soft.
Yeah.
Also,
so hopefully, you know, him playing in Seattle in the cold, him playing in Chicago in the cold, you know, hopefully that did something for him. But if I had to pick, I would say just because he's a fan favorite, I would say Jimmy Graham, Foster Moreau, and Juwan Johnson.
Yep.
I would say that. And to answer that question that you put on the screen before, I think Thomas is not going to be a water boy this year. I think he's really going to be playing and doing this thing. Now, is Jake the future quarterback of the Saints?
It's too soon.
Yeah, it's too soon. He has been looking really good in camp.
Yeah.
He's been making a lot of plays. He made some plays today, but again, man, it's too early. It is too early. I always like to see our 3rd string quarterback in preseason games to see how, you know, he knows how to manage the offense, because if not,
what's up, Mike?
It's gonna be a whole nother who was the guy before? Who was the backup quarterback that Sean drafted, and we was like, man,
Mike said that's not him, because Steve thought that was Mike undercover Facebook use, but Mike say that's Sherbert, because we haven't seen Sherford this year.
Oh, that's him. Oh man,
that might be him.
Ron, you got exposed. You got exposed, Ron.
Now Hakeem says from
Gary Grayson. Yep, that's him.
Locked On Saints. Now I don't know. Alante has been getting beat. You know, I don't. You know, from what I've seen, Debo had a pick on Michael Thomas when I was there.
On Jameis.
You know, yeah. So on against Jameis, yeah, throwing the ball. But right now, Debo, I think, has that edge for that second cornerback spot. I think he does. You
And
know, Alante, don't get me wrong, man. But
it's always good, Soul. It's always good to have somebody behind as depth behind a starter, just in case, man, because as we seen last year, you know, Lattimore went down for how many weeks? 7-8 weeks. And let's say if Debo is winning that battle and Alante is getting better day by day, if something was to happen to either one of those guys, then, you know, you have somebody who's, you're not like, oh shit, here we go, man, they about to throw it to his side. This ain't a Jason David or you know, it ain't a Jason David moment where you're like, oh my God, I hope they don't throw it to that side. So I like the depth, but I think that they're trying to get him more acclimated to playing the slot, Alante Taylor, and take that Chauncey Gardner-Johnson role a little bit. So that's why they've been moving.
He'll be a better slot than a Debo.
Yeah, I think so too.
He's me, Mike, and Hakeem talked about that. You know, we don't think he has the hips for it. You know,
he's faster for sure. Now, one thing we talked about last week, so is that the one main thing with this team is injuries, and injuries will dictate how far this team goes.
Right.
So far, Andrews Pete left practice yesterday with an injury. It's not deemed serious. He's out a couple weeks. And then today, speaking of the guy that we were just talking about, Alante Taylor left practice today with a hamstring injury. It's not deemed to be serious as well. So hopefully we get those guys back here pretty soon. He said Peter and Thomas bums. Damn. Now, the Pete one I could agree with. But
hey, who are you, Facebook user? I dare you, put your name on there. Let us know who you are. Don't hide behind Facebook user. Let us know who you are. Where are you? Come on. Let us know who you are.
Mike said, I'm tired of Pete. I'm sick of Pete.
Big so bad Teletubby.
Bro, he's just so big, but like, it's just the one thing that frustrates me about him is in every single game, they always 2 or 3 plays where he's on his ass. He's always on his back. Every single time. They just like they bull rush him and he's always
on pass block, and he's a better run blocker than he is pass block.
He always on his back, so that boy like a hoe. He always on his back. Always, bro.
Always.
So I don't know, but hopefully it gets better. I don't know. I just feel as though I told you last week. So when I was out of town on vacation, I said the number one thing that I'm looking forward to seeing is that offensive line, because I think that offensive line is it's huge this year. Last year they had so many people rotating in and out. Trevor Penning got hurt. This person got hurt.
He's hurt now.
Yeah, that's what we just said.
That's what we just talked about, Jerry.
Trey Turner got hurt. He signed one day and got hurt, out for the season. Pete, he hurt right now. Hopefully he comes back. And who else? Yeah, Salvadori, I think his name is. He got hurt too.
Yeah, Salvadori, yeah.
That's crazy, man. But again, that offensive line, we need that to be intact going into the season. At work, always punching in late, missing work. Mr. Do nothing at work, and always there on Friday to pick up a check.
Mike said the reason why his soft pin cushion built is because he's one of the best pulling guards. There you go.
Yeah, that I would agree. I do agree with that. He is one of the best pulling guards. But outside of passing, that boy is not a good passing guard.
Yeah, they like running behind that big old, big soft cushion.
Big fat ass. Man. Nah, man. But hopefully the offensive line is intact this year, because man, we're gonna need him, especially if Kamara's out for the first couple of games. we're gonna need that O line, bro. We're gonna need that O line. We're gonna have to do some screens. We're gonna have to get some yards. So we need his big ass to pull hard, but he also got a pass block too, man.
Right.
Tired of seeing that ball on his back.
Right.
Tired of seeing it, bro.
We'll see. And look, we ain't been talking about one of that other guard we got. You know, he had a better season last year, you know, because he was on the chopping block.
Talking about Ruiz?
Yeah.
Yeah. He got to get his shit together too, man. When you, and that's the thing, when you pick, it's frustrating because like when the Saints go out and pick a wide receiver number one, like with their first overall pick or running back or something like that, it usually works out in our favor, right? But when you go out and pick an O lineman, it has to work out, bro. There's no ifs, ands, buts about it, bro. It has to work out. And so when you go get a Ruiz, you like, man, got this dude from Michigan, first pick, man. And then at the time he played center coming out of Michigan. So then you
that's bring what my boy Mike Teaser say. He's really a center. You know, he's really playing out of position.
Well, but that's the thing, and that's why a lot of Saints fans were upset because we already had Eric McCoy at center. So why is you drafting, Ruiz? So then they moved them to guard, and then it's like, man, the first year didn't go too good. Last year was decent, but it wasn't like nothing to be excited about. So that's what I'm saying. He need to step his game up this year as well. He got to step his game up. Got to step his game up for sure. Right. Now, another thing that we want to talk about, Soul, is I want to kind of shift away from the Saints a little bit. I just want to talk about this real quick because we did have Sean Payton's brother on here. So I want to get your thoughts on Sean Payton's comments about Nathaniel Hackett because, it's been all over NFL Network, and Aaron Rodgers came out and stood up for his coach, telling Sean Payton to keep his name out his mouth.
Right.
So I guess what's your take on it? And then
he tried to make a big excuse about it. He said, he had on his what's it called, commentator hat, and instead of his coaching hat. So that was something that the commentators would say. You know what I'm saying? So he apologized and everything. So but I mean, he shouldn't have said it. I mean, but it is what it is, man. Look, he gonna stay. Like I said, that's why I'm glad maybe Goodell will start liking the Saints again because Sean is gone. But you know what I'm saying, because we all feel that Goodell had a problem with Sean Payton. Now, so we'll see what happens with Denver. If they're gonna go through the same thing we went through. Yeah, we'll see.
It's just funny how it all like played out because he came out and he just took a jab at Nathaniel Hackett, and I was like, oh shit, like what the hell? Right. And then I'm like, thank God he didn't say that with him being on the Saints. Oh man. I don't know. Ask Sean Payton brother, is he in here? What did he think about his brother's comments?
Thomas, you still there?
Yeah, what did you think about your brother's comments? But
what did you think, Thomas?
but man, for Aaron Rodgers to come out, I think Aaron Rodgers is trying to brand himself in New York, and for him to come out and stand by his coach, because what a lot of people don't know is Nathaniel Hackett was with Green Bay before taking that job with Denver. So Rodgers and him are best friends, and Rodgers came out and said that's his favorite coach ever. But for him to tell Sean Payton to keep my coach's name out your mouth, that was huge. And then on top of that, he did another interview the next day with Kay Adams and was like, I still got a lot more to say, but I'm gonna just keep it to myself. Right. And then Nathaniel Hackett came out yesterday and basically said that, I did have a bad year. I accept full responsibility for us having a bad year, blah, blah, blah. But, we're supposed to be a part of the NFL and, you're throwing rocks at a glass house. So I don't know. Nah, we don't play Denver this year. We play Denver next year, King David. So, and we actually play them in the Superdome. So you already know that game will be lit.
Yes, indeed. Sean Payton back home.
Yep, next year. So we'll see how that goes. So, but yeah, to go back to these comments real quick, Mike Mike T put, yeah, Cesar Ruiz did pretty good, but it's his last year because they are not moving McCoy at center. I agree with that. McCoy is just one of the best centers in the NFL. And Hakeem actually just said that McCoy's a top 5 center in the league. Didn't make sense to draft him when you had the position filled, which is exactly what I was saying, right? When you have McCoy and you make that pick, everybody looking like, what? Like, everybody had that question mark, like, what are y'all doing?
Right,
So,
right.
That's the
Hey,
thing.
before we go any further, I just want to give a shout out. You know, me and Mike Teasy, we big boxing advocates. And I want to give a shout out to Terrence Bud Crawford, who dominated Errol Spence. Both guys was undefeated.
Yep.
And, Terrence Bud Crawford did his thing. And, it was a TKO. So it stopped the fight. I think maybe the 7, 8, 9 round, something like that. Mike knows. But shout out to Terrence Crawford. He broke a record. He's the first fighter to be undisputed in 2 different weight classes. So yeah, he made history.
And speaking of boxing, I don't know if you've seen it, but I think it's in November. They already put the date out. Regis is fighting that MGM Grand versus Haney.
My boy Pro Great.
Yeah, versus Haney. So that's gonna be
Mike didn't tell me about that one.
Yeah. So Regis and Haney are fighting at the MGM.
Okay.
Yeah. So imagine Regis going to box at the MGM, bro.
MGM. And we might have to go to that fight.
I asked one of my friends who's actually a boxer. I asked him, I said, do you think he can beat Haney?
Yeah, first man. That's what I meant. Yeah. First man.
I asked him if Regis could beat Haney. He said he could, but he don't think Regis' defense is that good. So I don't know. We're gonna see. I think that's gonna be a good fight. He was calling for Haney after his fight in the arena. So we'll see. We'll see how this one goes. But it's gonna be a good fight for sure.
Yes, indeed.
I'm excited, boy. They got a lot of stuff coming up, man. They got that coming up. Tomorrow, actually, is the Hall of Fame game. Canton.
Already?
Yeah, tomorrow.
Man, that was quick.
So you got the Jets versus the Browns tomorrow.
And we ain't gonna see Aaron Rodgers. So
none of the starters. But I will tell you one thing that's very exciting. Like when you go to the NFL app on ESPN and you see this, you see that. When you see a game that's tomorrow, man, that's
makes you feel good.
That feel good, bro. I ain't gonna lie. That definitely feels.
Me and my boys gonna come on right before. I don't know what time is that game.
I'll tell you right now. It says 7 o'clock.
Okay. Yeah. So we're gonna be coming on right when that game's coming on. So we'll finish.
Y'all can watch the game and tell it like it is at the same time.
Exactly.
You could do that for sure. Now, other than that, so what other things you want to go over with the Saints? What you think?
Might say trash. that boy. That dude just man.
Any other things?
Other than that,
any other things you saw in training camp? Because I know you wanted to show the highlights,
let
right?
me show you a couple of clips. I'm gonna show them tomorrow too. Because I know some people might miss tonight. I saw a couple
back Breeze so we can move the ball.
couple of people on here that let's see. Here we go. Let's see. Who was this? All right, that's the interception right there that Adebo had over Mike T.
Olave, oh yeah. Olave working on his frozen period. 3 games last year.
Let's see what's happening right here.
They say he gonna be good.
She right there.
Number one, they say he's supposed to be good.
Oh yeah, he's trying to take your boy's spot, 29.
Yeah, Adebo.
Your boy.
Nice. Traquan Smith.
Glad
over Marshawn right there. Mike T, coming at you. Nice catch, Mikey. And that's over your boy, number 1. Yeah. That's Kiki Kuti.
Yeah, Kiki Kuti. Boy, so you be so amped up, I be laughing at you.
I be so amped up. I be, man, bro. Tell me about it, bro. Olave. Oh! Touchdown, baby.
Fantasy points.
Good luck this year, man.
Go! How did you feel like being traded from the Raiders?
All right, 21.
21! 21! 21!
So I had a good camp, man. I mean, both quarterbacks came right where I was. So I was able to film both of them, you know. And yeah, I got it. What's up? Hey, Will. How are you, buddy? So yeah, that was a nice camp.
I like Jameis, bro. He a good dude.
I'm going back
man.
Saturday.
I like Jameis, bro.
I know. Jameis is a good guy, bro.
He's a good dude,
real
bro.
Nice guy.
Everybody talk a lot of smack about Jameis, bro.
Yeah.
But Jameis a good dude, though.
And I'm gonna be honest with you though, a couple of people out there they were talking about Camaro. Oh, okay, yeah.
I had to stand on the chair, so look how tall these dudes is, bro.
Uh-huh.
I had to stand on the chair.
But they was talking about Camaro. They said Camaro is well, I don't want to tell you what they said, but they said Camaro is not too friendly.
He's not too friendly?
Yeah, that's what a couple of people said that was at the camp when his name came up. They said he's not too friendly, you know.
Oh, wow.
And so I don't know.
I don't know. Every time I ran into him, he was cool. I don't know. I don't know. Every time I run into him,
it depends on who he's talking to. That person.
I seen him a couple of times out, but I seen him.
What's up, Glow?
I seen him the first day that he opened up his big squeezy place downtown. It's like 2-3 blocks away from my job, and I actually was the first customer and dapped him off and stuff. He was pretty cool. Yeah, man.
Look at Mike T. Say that's his baby mama.
Oh Lord, that boy want that old.
Yeah, but it's old, but it's got money though.
I know. Oh, so that makes it better, huh? Is that what you saying? I'm trying to see where your head at.
Discretion is advised.
He said,
Angela, what's up?
What's up, Angela? He said, I'm gonna show Miss Benson how Stella got her groove back, bro. This
MJ. He said, I love Jameis. Oh, he meant love.
I love. Yeah, bro. Jameis a cool dude, man.
What's up, Dan?
Bianca even said she met him too.
He was very friendly. Yeah, I mean, I guess it just depends on. You never know what he was going through at that time.
For sure.
You know, I mean, they human. You know what I'm saying? They human.
So let me ask you this. So all the people that's tuned in right now, let's just do this real quick before we do. You know, we got 16 minutes left in the show. Yeah. So man, y'all just hit us with all y'all questions that you got, man.
Yeah, anybody have any questions or anything?
Hit us with all y'all questions that y'all got. Any Saints questions, NFL.
And it's something we're gonna do, like I said, on the Tell It Like It Is. Also
too, if y'all have any fantasy football questions, shoot them out at me for right now. Let's do it. I'm down. Look, I'm ready. I did almost like 200 drafts so far this off season. So y'all already know I'm ready. I got to get my crown back because Soul took my championship from me. So I got to get it back. It back.
Mike Teasy say he might come out of retirement. Right now, he's a fantasy football analyst. He say if you hire him to do your draft, you are guaranteed to win.
So who ready to see Jameis for preseason? I think so. I mean,
yeah, you should see a lot of Jameis for preseason.
Yep. I'm beating ass this year. So all right.
Let's
Tim.
See.
Vince
all
put
right,
where
Tim.
does
You're coming out the woodwork. The fantasy players coming out the woodwork. I know that Vincent ain't said nothing about fantasy.
He said, where does Isaiah Foskey fit in on this team?
What's up, Ash?
I think what Isaiah Foskey, I think that with him, he definitely has the potential to be a very disruptive player on this defense.
Yeah.
I just feel as though, you know, just based off of first round picks at that position, you know, they haven't really lived up to the expectations right away. I think it just takes a couple years for them to kind of gel and fit into the system. I'm looking at more potential with Peyton Turner really showing what he could prove, and he's been having a good camp so far. I really like Peyton Turner more than I like Foskey right now because, again, he's still trying to get the playbook. He's still trying to work some things out.
Peyton been here. We need him to step up. It's about time. You know, he's not a rookie no more. He's not a sophomore player. You know, so he needs to show what he can do. You know, do we think Jimmy is a good add to the team?
I think so. Yeah, I think so. I don't think it's a bad move. You know, a lot of people make it seem like, oh man, we signed Jimmy. Why did we sign Jimmy? But it's not really messing up anything. So I don't see why people are upset about it or why they have an issue with it. Man, y'all wrong for that, bro. Man.
Yeah, they got a lot of Jameis haters, man. And I don't know why. You know, it's crazy. Yeah. But it is what it is, bro. You're gonna always. I was out there with black guy was out there with me, and he say, oh, your boy just threw that. He said, who, crab legs? So they ain't gonna never forget. You know, I mean,
that's just the world we live in. So everybody's so negative, bro.
Yep.
Everybody's so negative, man. That's just the life we live, man.
I think so, Mike.
Hakeem had a good question though. How does safety position look so far? Has Abram and Smoke Monday made any plays? What would you say? So I haven't been out there yet. I've been.
I know Marcus May got beat. He got beat. But I really haven't seen none of our safeties really make any plays, any eye-opening plays. I'm gonna be honest with you. The Honey Badger or Marcus May. You know what I'm saying? As far as the other guys, Smoke, and some of the other safeties, it's been mostly the cornerbacks making plays. It's been most of the corners making the plays, and like I say, it was a one-on-one battle today with Michael Thomas and Lattimore, and Lattimore won all those battles.
Mm-hmm.
So Lattimore has been having a superb camp. Great camp. Traquan Smith, great camp. Derek Carr, great camp.
Peyton Turner.
Alvin Kamara, great camp.
Yep.
Looking quick, swift. So.
To answer Vincent's question about the linebackers, I don't really see that. There's not really there's only one linebacker that comes to mind for me that's still a free agent, and now that's Anthony Barr. Other than that, that's the only linebacker that's available because Debo Jones, like Hakeem said in the comments, he went to the Panthers, and then
Quan Alexander that we had, and he went to the Jets.
Yeah, and Quan Alexander went he signed with the Steelers.
Oh, he signed? Okay.
Yeah, he signed with the Steelers. So Quan went to the Steelers. Debo went to Carolina. The only real linebacker that it has any type of potential is Anthony Barr, and he's a free agent. But other than that, I don't really see them doing anything at that position, which we definitely need them to do something at that position. But I think they're just rolling with DeMario.
Haven't seen him really do anything, yet, Hakeem. So I'm gonna go to the camp Saturday. I'm gonna be looking at a lot of those rookies. I've been looking at our veterans. And our second year guy, Olave, has been playing like a vet. Like he's been on the team for 5-6 years, bro. And that's what Traquan was supposed to bring to the table. But, hopefully now, better late than never, huh? For Traquan. Right.
Yep. All right. So he's in Pittsburgh. Yep. He is in Pittsburgh. Let's see. Who will be the X factor for this season? I don't really think it's a player in person. Particularly, it's not one particular player. I think it's just injuries, to be honest. That's the X factor.
Yeah, that's the X factor, right?
You know what I'm saying? If we can stay healthy, I think we'll be solid. But again, when you have so many injuries and then you
If
expect
I have a question mark on this team, and I'm gonna ask you, Nader,
yeah.
my question mark on this team would be the linebacker position.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the depth at linebacker and everything, and how
Yeah.
we gonna do it line. I would say that's
You got
how
Zach Bond. You got Zach Bond, who obviously he hasn't played to his potential. You got Dow, who's been looking really good in camp. You got obviously Pete, who's a monster. You know,
Yeah.
Demario is a monster, and I'm glad
Yeah,
that
he's the mainstay. He's the guy.
I'm glad that they showed Demario love on the top 100 players, because I think he was like 43, and they showed him mad love. He finally getting the recognition he deserves. So that was good to see. But I mean, I think behind that, obviously Zach Bond, I don't really have a lot of confidence in, and you know, it's just tough because the guy that was behind them last year, who was signed with Atlanta, he was really good. So I don't know. I'm not too confident in the.
Oh my God. Oh man. You say Guppy. Oh man, one more boy. Vince said, I have a question for y'all too. And Mike T is going in 220 for the Saints of 17 million over the cap. We have 30 million against, man. So we keep it there. Will we be
65 million over the cap is not a lot. This team has been over the cap 110, 150 million. 65
right.
65 is like super easy, to be honest. But how will the Saints fix this, and is it a make or break year? I don't really think it's a make or break year for the Saints. I mean, again, you still got a quarterback who's just coming to this team. You still got a coach who this is his second year. I think he's on the hot seat for sure if he can't get it right, because there's no way that this team should not be good going into this season. When you look at the team overall, what they got on paper, on offense and on defense, they should definitely be at least 9 to 11 win team. Let's just be honest, right? I feel as though, you know, on offense, Derek Carr he can't put the blame game on nobody, because he got all the offensive pieces, he got all the defensive pieces. So again, I think that this team is a 9 to 11 win team, but again, the injuries factor into it as well. How do y'all honestly feel about the coaching staff? I really don't. I'm not really too confident in the coaching staff, to be honest.
Right, exactly.
I just feel as though, you know, Pete Carmichael is on offense last year. I don't know what the hell he was doing. I mean, he really looked like he needed Sean Payton's help. It looked like Sean was doing everything. He just was standing on the sideline the way he was calling plays last year. So he needs to get his stuff together for sure if they want to have a chance. The defense is going to be the defense. You know, Dennis Allen's going to coach up the defense. But, I mean, as far as Pete Carmichael, he got to get his stuff together this year for sure. Hakeem said make or break year. I don't think so. I really don't, Hakeem. I don't think so. I don't think it's a make or break year. Just a lot of new parts to it. Let's see. I've been preaching about the cap problems for years. They
continue to kick the can because they believe they are a contender. We already know who we are not re-signing, but the difficult question that we have to face during this year after year, you're not going to be able to
afford. Yep, that's true. That's true. I mean, you know, when you look at it, obviously, what players are trying to get paid next year, right? You got Cesar Ruiz, which they already showed you how they felt. They didn't pick up his option. So that's probably going to be somebody that doesn't come back. They're probably going to end up drafting somebody at guard because of the Pete situation, right? Him and Pete. They're going to have to draft 2 new guards next year. Let's just be honest. They just are. Or they're going to have to pick 1 guard in free agency and 1 in the draft. The offensive line has to get better, right? We can't keep playing Pete, who's been on his ass all the time. We just can't. And Ruiz hasn't lived up to his hype either. So you're going to have to draft 2 guards.
We might be going back to the line. Yep. The offensive line again.
And I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that at all. because
I think
we
we're
need
good at the
those
skill
guys.
positions.
We need those guys, man. Those guys, you win in the trenches. So you
That's right.
got to have some guys like that, you know. So I don't mind them getting one in free agency or getting two in the draft or one in the draft. We definitely got to do that. But outside of that, who else needs a contract? Who else needs a contract? Mike. Mike is on a 1-year deal, but Mike has to prove himself, right? He has to prove himself.
Yeah,
Kamara's still on his deal. Derek Carr just got his deal. I mean, who else needs a deal? DeMario just upped his deal. Cam is looking for a new deal, right? That's the only one I could really think of. Who
He's
else?
looking for a deal to retire with.
Who else needs a deal? Who else needs a deal? Colin Sanders got a deal. Well, Lattimore got his deal. Maybe Lattimore's up for extension here pretty soon. But I mean, outside of that, like, who really needs a deal? So I don't know. I don't really see them as a make or break year. I feel as though they've extended people. 65 million is not a lot compared to what they've been doing, but I'm not too worried about it, to be honest. I'm really not. Yeah, we heard
Yeah, I was looking.
That's what
just looking. If they had any new injuries. Yeah, Cesar Ruiz is rehabbing a foot injury that he hurt in OTAs. So they say it's nothing serious.
Mike just said what he said. If you could put his comment on the board, but he's saying I'm giving them a pass. I'm not giving them a pass. I'm just saying I just said there's no reason why this team should not do good. They should be a 9-10, a 9-11 win team, right?
So
now,
basically, what they're saying is
easy. They could that shit. They just keep doing it every year.
Yeah, what they're trying to say is the red carpet is thrown out there for the Saints, and the Saints need to take advantage of it. You know what I'm saying? You got the easiest schedule.
Yep.
You know, you got all these weapons. Probably Kamara is probably not going to get if you know, maybe 3 or 4 game suspension, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, this should be the Derek Carr's coming in here still in his prime. You know what I'm saying? He's doing well in training. He shouldn't have any complaints or excuses because he's got a better defense. You know, he's with a good team. I can't hop and say, hey, he's got a better coaching staff.
Mike said he's sick of Mickey Loomis. I told y'all, man, the only reason why this team shouldn't bring it all the way home or just go deep in the playoffs is injuries. Other than that, that's the only thing. And the offensive line. Those two injuries and the offensive line. That's the two things that I could say that would stop us from being successful this year. Other than that, I think, like Soul said, like I've been preaching since we started, this team has all the weapons on offense, defense. They can get the job done. There's no excuses. The coaches have to be better. The O-line has to be better. Kamara has to be better. Everybody has to play better. They just do. Mike has to stay on the field, right? There's a bunch of stuff that this team needs to do. I feel as though they'll be able to do it, but we also need better coaching. We need a better play call. We need better play calling. We can't keep running the same damn play 2-3 times in a row and expecting us to win 10, 11 games. It's not going to happen. Or we can't go to San Francisco and get shut out. Well, you know what I'm saying? Like, we can't throw 4 or 5 picks or 3-4 picks in the Arizona game, which that quarterback's not here anymore, right?
He said, hell no, Nader. 9 or 10 wins my ass. 11, 12, easy.
I was trying to be on the realistic side, but I mean, 11 and 12 might be realistic, but guess what? Every time me and Soul say they're going to win 11 games, we end up not winning shit. So let's just keep it at 9 and 10. Maybe we can spark some reverse juju because it ain't been working the last 2 years.
Yeah, we are. I mean, I know it's early and we all going to make our predictions and stuff like that, but, you know, Saints, yeah, I mean, they should win 11 games.
But let me ask you this. So, looking at everything, right, in the NFC, let's just say all the stars align for the Saints. Let's say all the stars align and they get to the playoffs. We know they're going to end up facing Philadelphia at some point, right? If they want, because Philly's going to be in it. San Francisco is going to be in it, right? Who else? Maybe Dallas, if depending on how they play. Because Dak been throwing interceptions at training camp. Well, I can't. I wish we played them this year. Who else? Maybe Minnesota, right?
Maybe.
Who else? Like who else? Like
Maybe.
so if it so let's look ahead. Let's just look ahead, right? If it was, let's just say the Saints had home field or the first playoff game was here and they played the Eagles, would they win?
If they play the Eagles here,
Yeah.
That's kind of far-fetched, but I think the Eagles are going to have probably a better record than the Saints. But if something happened,
See,
like you say, all the stars will align. I think we have. I mean, we beat them in Philly. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, but they didn't have Jalen Hurts. He wasn't playing.
Yeah.
They had Minshew. So that's a question, right? That's a thought to think about. If they play San Francisco and they got to go to San Francisco or San Jose and play the 49ers, would you pick the Saints?
I don't know. It's still early.
Seattle.
Yeah.
Minnesota. Like, you know what I'm saying? I feel as though they could run with them boys, but I just don't know how much they can run with them because it's so early, right?
Exactly.
But looking back at this, right?
And let me tell you something. That Hurts, any running quarterback, has always been a thorn in our side, bro.
Yep.
We haven't beat Hurts yet. You know what I'm saying? So, that just goes to show you.
It's true. It's true. It's true. But I want us to look back at us on this show, week 2 of the 2023 season, and be like, man, you remember when we get to this point in 20 weeks, when we say, or 30 weeks from now, when we say, hey, so remember week 2 when we said the playoffs was going to be the Saints, Eagles, the 49ers, Dallas, whoever.
And Mike say he come and get his title with the picks.
Oh, man.
That's right. We doing our picks every week. Y'all know, we do our picks every week.
Mike then gave up half the season, half the season, got mad, and hey, I appreciate you, Mike.
He had a nice lead on us, though,
Mike,
bro.
I appreciate you, Mike, for doing that because at least you still gave me a chance at the end, bro.
Damn it, so let's win this shit. We got the defense, we got the offensive firepower. My only doubt is the front office.
Pee Wee Herman. Rest in peace, Pee Wee Herman.
Y'all convinced me. Not really. I expect us to be one of the top 7 at the end of the season, even for the belt.
I agree with that. I think we will be in a playoff.
Good to stay positive. Yep.
And like he said, Mike made a good point. There's no excuses. The NFC South is very weak, man. I mean, you got 3 other teams who have question marks at quarterback, right?
Right.
They do. Desmond Ridder can't throw a pass to save his life. They've been showing all these highlights on Twitter of him throwing the ball to Bijan Robinson. I ain't worried about Mike. Mike, trash. Who else? You got Bryce Young, first-year quarterback in the NFL.
Yeah.
And then you got Baker Mayfield. And they said today, I was reading something on Twitter. They said Kyle Trask is he's starting to beat out Baker for the starting job.
Kyle Trask.
Yeah, Mike should get that jersey.
And Faker Mayfield.
We're gonna buy Mike a Christmas present, dog. We're gonna get him a exclusive Saints jersey with his number on there, and then just have just put trash on the back and just had a little dumpster like how they have the emoji. We're gonna try to get that stitched in for him. He said you had it right the first time. Kyle Trask. I hope my boy Lonzo's watching this because Lonzo's a Bucks fan, so he be texting me and calling me, cursing me out, bro. He be like, man, y'all be going hard on the Bucks. But the crazy thing is, Tampa fans for the last 3 years been talking mad shit, saying, "Oh man, we got Brady."
Now they quiet like crickets now.
You can't even find them right now. Them boys on the ship with them pirates. They looking for gold now.
What his name? Jaden Championship, whatever his name. Jaden, who that? The one that was
boys, they don't want no smoke, bro.
Yeah, you don't even hear them boys, man. My boy retired. Big Nasty. That's the dude when I went up to to Tampa and did the game.
how
I got him
you-
on my Twitter.
Hold on. How you retire as a super fan, dog?
The man hard can't take it, bro.
That's a serious question, dog. How
Man,
do you
can't take
retire? How do you retire as a super fan, bro?
Let me tell you something, bro, and it's not funny. It wasn't funny, bro. We went up there, bro, and I was right next to him on the first row. He said, "So I want you to sit by my seat. If we win, I get your gloves. If you win, you get my hard hat," which he didn't never give me, so I didn't ask for it. If he didn't give it to me, I didn't ask for it. But when Brady didn't score through 3 quarters, bro, he started having chest pains. And I'm not laughing at him. He started having chest pains, bro. He was like this on, and
You sure that ain't the reason why he retired?
this was the year well, he did do one more season. Remember last year? He did one more season.
He had a lot more chest pains last year too.
Taysom beat him.
Oh, Lord.
In Tampa. Man. Only positive thing I gotta say about Tampa, they got a nice stadium, bro.
They got a nice stadium, but they fans trash. Straight up. Mike said he retired. Mike said he retired because they know he's gonna be shits. Oh man.
Saints fans can stay with their team through good and bad, bro. But other super fans retire, when their team get bad, bro.
How you retire as a super fan, dog? Like, what do? You just stop watching games? You turn like you tell me I'm not a super fan. You the super fan. So tell me, did you ever retire as a Saints super fan?
I'ma just be, like I said, my team start losing. Knock on wood, they don't. You know what I'm saying? I'ma still be a fan. We just gonna be sitting on the show, just talking. I mean, that's all we can do. We can criticize. I know Mike gonna be on their ass. Saints play bad. Mike on that ass.
Oh my God.
So
I don't know, man.
That's why we do the aftermath.
Y'all boys got me joked out talking about you retired as a super fan, dog. I don't even know how that's even possible.
It's even possible, right?
Yeah,
if you're a diehard, you're a diehard, no matter what.
Man, Brady coming back. Oh my God, I got like. Then you become a super fan again. Like I'm not understanding this, dog.
That's bandwagon. That's what you call bandwagon.
Facts. We've been riding after Breeze. We've been riding with Teddy Bridgewater. We've been riding with Taysom Hill. We've been riding with Jameis, right? We've been riding with Andy Dalton. I really wasn't riding with him, but we ain't had no choice. And then now we got Derek Carr.
No, Kenny, it would not fit over my bush. Paper bag would not fit over my bush, bro. I would not put on a paper bag, my brother.
So we went through all them quarterbacks, and I ain't never heard you say, man, I'm about to retire as a super fan, dog.
Right. He said that the kitty cats, the foul clowns.
Now, I do have one question. For all the people that watch our show. So let me ask y'all this and write it in the comments. But which Saints game are you going to this year? Whether it's road or home, which games are y'all going to? I just want to see where everybody going to be at. I think a lot of people going to that Houston game.
I'll tell you what I'm doing. Oh yeah, it's gonna be Houston. Is gonna be New Orleans, like all over again, like Katrina.
We coming.
Houston gonna think Katrina done hit again.
We come and loot everything.
Oh man.
So Texas, Bianca put Texas, so obviously Houston. Kenny put none. I'm not rich like y'all. Kenny, I ain't going to none either this year, bro. I ain't lying to you. I'm gonna go to the Thursday night game. Soul said he gonna look out for me. I'm going to that Jags game.
If the Lord say the same, I'm trying to go to Houston, Minnesota, Indianapolis, Atlanta,
damn,
and Tampa.
So balling. That he got that Harley Davidson money.
No comment.
So but Harley Davidson they cut the check. That's so long.
You know you could go to. You got that buying PS5s. You know you got that change, boy.
Hey Mike, you see him? Mike, you see him, huh? You got that Harley Davidson money, Mike. Hakeem, you see him, huh? He gonna drive a Harley to them games too, bro. He know what he doing.
But yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to make every Saints. Last year we had the tailgate at Harley, so that took me away from some of my home games too. A couple of them.
Yeah, I'm not going to any this year. I'm not going to any road or home. Y'all,
no, you're not going to nothing. You're gonna watch it from home.
Man, my wife's doing.
The baby.
Yeah, my wife's doing September, bro. So I ain't gonna be able to go to any. So just chalk it up this year. Maybe that might be a good thing.
Hey, you having another boy?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll see him with his two sons at the game in 3 years from now.
Yeah.
You're gonna have both of them with him.
Yeah.
At the game.
I posted the if anybody wants to if anybody wants to help out, I posted the registry on my page. So if anybody want to buy the baby something, go right ahead. It's on the Target registries on my page.
Yeah. Speaking of baby showers and registries and stuff like that, my daughter, she's having her baby next month, and maybe sooner this month, the end of this month. She's got a little boy coming. His name is Chase. So congratulations to my daughter. Congratulations to your wife.
Appreciate it, man.
And she's doing what, September?
Yeah, September.
And my daughter is off at the end of this month. So
yeah, I'm kind of nervous. So, cause look, I'm in 3 fantasy football leagues, and they telling me, oh man, our draft is on the 23rd. One is on the 30th, and then one's on the 2nd with you. So I'm like, oh my God, I hope she don't pop it out before then, because I'm gonna be picking my players, and then I don't know what the hell I'm gonna do. So
thank you, B. Thank you.
Yeah, congrats. Thank you, B. I appreciate that.
Thank you, Katie.
Appreciate you, Kenny. Yeah, LSU. I mean, Mike, I'm definitely interested in LSU. Me and Soul was talking about that a couple of days ago. 2nd-year coaches are winning championships for LSU. So it's time, bro. It's time.
Mike say, I want another baby. Tell Miss Benson.
Oh man, Mike is infatuated with that lady, boy. I don't even think he even infatuated with her. He just want that money.
Look, Mike gonna kill me, but Mike came and hung out with me last weekend. He came over to the house, shot a little pool, I ain't gonna tell y'all, who won that pool, but I'm sure y'all no. But look, give a shout out to my boy. We had fun, man. We had a fun time with Mike.
I can hear his response when you said, who won that pool? Trash.
Trash. Yeah. Look.
Oh man. Man, y'all boys funny, man.
Yeah.
Y'all funny, man. But listen,
you want to come back, bro? Doors always open for you, brother.
Man, Mike need to come to our fantasy football draft on the 2nd, bro.
I know everybody want him to come.
Yeah, bro. September 2nd, Mike, you need to come, dog.
Yeah, you know how when they do the draft, you have the analysts talking about the picks. So when we do our picks, bro, you can analyze on our picks. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, bro. You need to do that. You need to do that, Mike. Make sure you clear your schedule for September 2nd, bro.
Right. And look, I just want to make an announcement.
That's a month from today.
Anybody that wants to play, I have a couple of spots. I have 6 fantasy football leagues, 5 $100 leagues, and 1 $200 league. I think the $200 league is closed up. I don't think I have no more in that one. But if you're interested, hey, let me know. Inbox me. Let me know. Also, we are still booking for the cruise. I still got my fingers crossed that Nader can make it. If not, I understand, if he can't. But we're still booking for the Soul Saint Cruise. It's going to be the 3rd annual cruise. Bianca, you and your husband ought to come down and go on this cruise. Man, we have so much fun. We got 3 black and gold events just for us on there. MJ tore it down on the one we had this year. And hey, 3rd annual. And this time we're going on the Mardi Gras.
Listen, I'm going to tell y'all this, man. Y'all support the cruise. Again, man, it's for good. Obviously the cruise, man, it's a cruise. Everybody need a vacation. You know, you need to get away from work and do, you know, and go on vacation and spend quality time with the fam or with your loved one. So definitely hit the cruise up, man. Definitely hit the cruise up April 13th to the 20th. And then also too, man, y'all know what comes on Thursdays. Tomorrow is Tell It Like It Is. So make sure y'all support my dudes over there, Hakeem the Dream, my boy Mike Teasy and Soul. Make sure y'all support that. Make sure y'all have y'all laptops out and watching Tell It Like It Is. And you could be watching the Hall of Fame game. You're getting 2 in 1, and you can't beat that.
He said my house was too comfy, making me all tender and shit.
Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Mike got to blame it on something, dog. He got to use some type of excuse, bro. Man, say, bro, y'all rigged this shit, bro.
I know you coming.
Man, no, let him come September 2nd. Make sure you come September 2nd to the draft.
Yeah, that weekend.
Just
come there. Go to the draft with me. You know, you're going to be there. We're going to feed you some wings. You know you love the wings, bro. You know?
Yeah, bro. Mike got to come, dog.
The Hooters wings.
Mike got to come September 2nd. Mike, you got to be in the building. It's a month from today. So make sure you don't miss it. We don't want to hear no excuses. We don't want to hear about your truck. None of that. You've been driving. You broke down. We ain't trying to hear that shit. Fix your truck. Get your shit right. And make sure you be at Hooters. You can even pull up with that bitch.
Yeah, they got a lot of room.
They got a whole big ass parking lot.
Kmart closed down so that you can put the truck right there.
And bring that truck and let's get it.
Let's get it. Let's get it.
Yeah, bro, for sure. But listen, man, we want to thank everybody. Appreciate everybody tuning in. I also want to say this to everybody that's watching.
You, bro. Thank you, bro. You know, hospitality, man. Hey, you're a brother, bro.
Listen, I want to say this so right before we get off. If anybody wants to help and donate to feed the homeless, I'm still going 3 years. October, I make 3 years strong.
Every Thursday. Get back out there with you, bro.
Yep, every Thursday for 3 years, bro. We've been feeding the homeless. If anybody wants to donate any type of money, please DM me. I'll hit you. I'll send you the Cash App or the Venmo. Again, all that money goes towards feeding the homeless. I just spent like $100 some on water today. So, man, you know, we just trying to give back to the community in the right way, bro. So anybody that wants to help, hit me up because we definitely need it. Other than that, I gotta apply. I gotta apply that pressure, dog. Cause you be trying to apply that pressure to me, so I gotta do it back. Appreciate you, Whitley. Appreciate you, Mike, Steve, everybody that tuned in.
Beyond, man, that tuned in. We love y'all.
Everybody, man, we appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all tune in and Tell It Like It Is tomorrow. And Soul we'll have some more information for y'all next week as far as how camp went, because Soul's going on Saturday. And other than that, hopefully Soul get some more clips that go viral. And other than that, man, I'm just getting ready for the season. We got football tomorrow, bro. Football is tomorrow.
I know. We're going to go out with a little Saints anthem, baby. Saints anthem. So y'all be cool and have a good night. Be safe. Mike, be safe. I'm going to holler at you later.
Free Alvin Kamara.
Saints our favorite team. Who that on the scene for show and no living the dream.
Before we in the zone, let me put it on your mind. My New Orleans Saints get it right on time. Our main objective, put a winner on the field. Let me tell you, Saints fans, the struggle is real. Win, lose, or draw, we by their side. Our Saints are the bus that we gon' ride all the way to the Super Bowl. Look around, all you see is black and gold. We love our team, young and old. Die hard Saints fans like the king and soul. I'm yelling, who that? Who that? Who that? Who that? Who that say they gon' beat my Saints? Who that? Who that? Who that? Who that? Who that say they gon' beat them Saints? We that, we that, we that, believe that. We that say you can't beat them Saints. Let go.